Students, welcome to the online class of physics. This is your Naima Miss back with the work and energy which we were learning about. So in our previous class we have learned that what is the scientific meaning of the work. We have learned the definition of work in science, and we have even understood the meaning of the work in the science, right? And we have learned about the what is force for what is work is equal to force into displacement. So when it is negative and when it is positive, that also we have learned. So in today's class we will learn about the energy. Okay, we will learn about energy. So the word energy is very often used in our daily life, like how we use work, right? We have done that work, we have this work, the work was very enthusiastic, the work was very entertaining, all these things, right? So we have learned in our previous class regarding the work. In today's class we will see the term energy. Okay, so we often use in our daily life, right? Like we say, he is more energetic, he is more energetic, he is more energetic. If I say, yeah, yes, like how we have Prashant in our class is very energetic, right? So we can say Prashant is more energetic, right? So if I say I'm so tired and lost my full energy, we can say this to Tarun. Tarun will say that I have lost my whole energy today. I'm so tired listening to this physics class, boring class. Huh? Then today I'm feeling more energetic. This we can say to Manjushri. Yes, Manjushri will say, Miss, I'm feeling too energetic today. I'm feeling like fresh today. I'm so enthusiastic to listen this class today, right? So, just don't take serious. I'm just joking. Okay, so we can say that he's more energetic. We can say that I'm so tired today. I'm so tired. I lost my energy, and I lost my energy, right? And we can even say today I'm feeling energetic, full of energy. Today I'm full of energy, or today I'm feeling energetic, right? It has the same meaning. Sorry, energetic, not enthusiastic. Okay, so it shows all the same meanings only. For example, if we take a metal ball and we are just you know uh, taking a ceramic plate. Okay, suppose this is your ceramic plate, and you are taking a metal ball and you are placing it here. Okay, you are keeping this metal ball here in the center of the plate. So is there any disturbance, or is there any change in this? Of course no, right? But if you take the same ball in this same ceramic plate, if you're taking the same ball and you're throwing the ball from here onto this plate, okay, as it is a metal ball, what will happen? It will create some force and it will break this glass ceramic plate, isn't it? So this will break. Yeah. Similarly, if you take a toy car and you just place it like that, suppose this is your toy car and you have just placed it like that only, and you have this what do you say, winding key to it. Okay, you have some winding key to it like this. Toy cars will have na. So if you are having this winding key and you are not using it, you have just placed the toy car like this. So what you can say, the toy car is undisturbed, it is not going to do anything, right? But once you are filling this winding key into this toy car, you can see that there is some motion in this toy car, right? Before filling this winding before rotating this winding key, there is no motion in the car. So that means we are feeling something in that it is starting to work, right? So in both the cases, I hope you understood. Here you might have observed that the metal ball does not work when it is at rest. Okay, so that means this ball is at rest. So now as it is on rest, it doesn't work on the surface of the plate. But when it is raised up, yes, so it is able to do some work, and when it is raised to a height, it will just fall on this plate and it will break this plate, right? Similarly, if you see the second case, what I said is the toy is at rest before filling the winding key. Then when you just wind the key, the same toy gets some energy and starts moving, right? So children may not be able to lift 25 kgs rice bag, but elders can do that. How it is possible? Because there is a lot of difference between the energy of children and the energy of elders, right? So like this, we can observe so many of cases where we can see that the capacity of work from one person to another changes, right? We see that one of the person can do a lot of work, whereas the other person likes to rest, right? There are so many examples with us only, isn't? So I hope that will be if we take out some examples from ourselves, then only it will be clear to us, right? So it differs the energy or doing capacity work of from us only, what is the capacity of work we are having differ from one person to another, right? So similarly, the capacity of doing work of by an object on another object also depends on the position and shape of the object which is doing the work. Thus, an object acquires energy through different means and is able to do work. For example, if now you are sitting on the bench, okay, simply you are sitting on the bench, or if I say any person is sitting on a bench and he is not doing any work right now, right? So he is at rest now. He is at rest. So he is having some ball in his hand. Okay, he is having some ball in his hand and he is just sitting. So that means he is at rest. He is not doing any work now. That means he is not utilizing any energy right now. So if he starts standing and if he starts playing this ball with someone, then that means if it is hitting this ball, if he is hitting this ball, then you can say that he is doing some work and he is using some energy. Yes, he stood up and he just hit the ball. That means he has used some energy and he has did some work. Now you can say that he is at some work. Okay, now when the person was sitting, he was at rest, but now when he's pushing the ball, you can say that he is at work. So during this work, he has used some energy and he has hit the ball, right? If the another person is hitting the ball, will the same energy he will use to hit the ball? If this ball is again it came to some other person and he is hitting the ball, will the energy used to hit by this boy will be equal to the energy used by this boy to hit the ball? No. That means the energy used by the both boys will be different. Okay, the energy will be different. So the capacity to use the capacity to do work by the uh, person differ from one another. Yes, the energy will be different. So that means we can say that the capacity of a person or an object depends upon the capability of how much energy he can use. Yes. So that means the leg of a boy is this leg of a boy. What he has done, he has hit the ball, right? He has hit the ball. So now this leg of a boy has transferred some energy to the ball. Yes, the leg of this boy has transferred the energy to this ball. So that means the energy is transferred from one object to another to do some work, right? To do some work. The energy is transferred from one object to another to do some work. So let us see similarly the objects whatever we are using, they differ. The work or the energy depends upon the position and the state of the object which is doing the work. Okay, so energy transfer and the work. Let us learn about this energy transfer and the work. So in science, we consider work has been done only when there is a change in position of the object, right? Only when there is a change in position of the object, right? Change in position of object. We consider it as work. The object is able to change its position due to energy, right? Due to its energy. When there is no energy, will the object will be able to change its position? No. So thus, whenever work is done on an object, its energy either increases or decreases, right? Depending on the work, how much it is doing, the energy increases or decreases. Okay, the energy increases or decreases. So for example, if you push a wooden block which is kept on the table, it starts moving due to the work done on the wooden block, right? And as a result, it gains some kinetic energy. What is kinetic energy? Energy in motion, right? Kinetic energy, that is it's the energy which is used for motion. So motion, in motion only we have the kinetic energy, right? So whatever force you have applied on this object which allows the object to move to do some work, that is nothing but kinetic energy, right? It has gained some kinetic energy, that is it has moved from one position to another. That means it has gained some kinetic energy, right? So let us understand the relationship between the work done on an object and the energy of an object with the help of a small activity. So what we are going to do is, we are going to take a hard spring and keep it on the table. Okay, we are going to take a hard spring. You all know the spring, right? I'm just going to take a hard spring and place it on the table, right? Now I'm just going to compress it, okay, with the palm and release it after few seconds. Okay, I'm just going to compress it totally. I'm just going to compress it with my palm, okay, with my palm, and I'm just going to leave it for few seconds. I'll catch like this only, and I will just leave it for few seconds. Okay, then we will notice that when a spring is being compressed, there is a change in its size. When it is released, it gains back some energy and may even jump from the table. The work done by your palm on the spring increases its energy and makes to jump from the table. Thus, we can conclude that the object which does work loses energy, and the object on which the work is done gains the energy, right? So before compressing it, you can see that the object loses its energy. It becomes like compressed one, but the work is being done, that object will be gaining the energy and jump from the table, right? Because it has gained some energy and it jumps. So that means the object which does work, it loses energy, right? There is some work done on this object and it loses the energy. But whereas here you can see it has gained the energy and hence it has jumped from the table because of more energy. Okay, because of more energy it has gained. So thus we can say that the object which does not work loses the energy, and the object on which the work has been done gains the energy. Okay, it gains the energy, right? When you move your hand, it just jumps, right? So it has gained some energy. So you can say that the object which has, this is, I'm just saying, it has been kept like that it has no energy, but after compressing you can see that it jumps, right? After compressing you can see it jumps. So that means you can say that it has gained some energy after compressing. Yes, I hope it is clear, children. So let us hope, if you have any doubt, you will come back to me. So thank you for watching.